me keep the gun tuck. Body too fat, make me neck one rock. 4 or 5 gal and out of all black. 4 or 5 gal and out of all black truck. Try to fuck with me, I said ya.
Hey y'all, back to the story time. Oh, so now I'm finna do a story time on how I met my boyfriend. This finna be a long ass story time because there's a lot of shit y'all gotta take in. And it's our anniversary is coming up, but yeah. Okay, anywho, I'm watching. Oh, let me pause my show because this show done got so interesting. Okay, so this was April 2025. I don't know what day, but my first day of 7th grade. Um, I had just transferred from a whole different fucking school, and yeah, so I got there. I was nervous as hell. I walked down there to the classroom. My anxiety peaked up as a mother. She opened that door. I put my head down. All we know is y'all got a new girl. What the fuck? We got a new girl. All I hear is somebody screaming when they stand up. I look up, it's a girl. AKA Andrew, his girlfriend. So Andrew was sitting all the way in the back of the classroom with his head down so I couldn't see his face. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. It was a whole bunch of people surrounding me, introducing themselves and introducing people in the classroom. But nobody said his name, so I'm confused as hell. So we get to science class, and I done made a whole new friend group. I forgot about the old one and made a whole new one. And this was a bigger friend group than I had in my other school. So I'm talking to the girls, and Andrew, that's his name. Andrew and Samai was passing notes through in the classroom. So I'm like, who the fuck is that? Ariana was like, don't worry about it. And then Kanaya was like, girl, don't be mean. That's Andrew. I was like, oh, okay. But I ain't saying nothing to him. And then Ariana was like, you can't talk to him. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I asked Kanaya why I couldn't talk to him. And she was like, oh, that's Ariana's ex-boyfriend. She still like him or whatever. And I was like, is that true? She was like, yeah, I still like him. And I was like, oh, why y'all just don't get back together? And she was like, we got back together twice, but he don't want me no more. I was like, oh, that's crazy. So you delusional. She was like, girl, don't play with me. I'm not delusional. I was like, okay. So after that, now, I think during the rest of the 7th grade, me and Andrew talked either 4 or 3 times and made eye contact too many damn times. And Ariana did not like that. She didn't like it at all. She was always mad. Somebody said, why are you looking at him? Why are you talking to him? I told you to stop talking to him. I told you can't talk to him. Why are you looking at him? I was like, girl, you acting like that boy wants you. He don't want you. So she got mad and talked and got in her feelings, talking about some you can't date. She was like, she got in her feelings and was like, it'd be wrong to date your friend's ex boyfriend. And I was like, and everybody looked at her stupid because I looked at her stupid and everybody in that room looked at her dumb because, well, all our the kids that was in our friend group that was sitting by us talking, looked at her dumb as hell. She was like, and Kanai was like, Ariana, you know she can talk to whoever she want. That boy don't want you, so it's cool though. But then I found out he was a player back in the day. So back in 7th grade. So my feelings kind of went from up here to all the way down below. I threw him in a dungeon and threw away the key. So then, y'all, he was a little fine in 7th grade. He was a little fine. But then after 7th grade ended, first day of 8th grade. Lord, Jesus. Y'all, um, y'all, he was fine as hell. He overly fine. But anywho, um, yeah. Okay, so anywho, me, him, and Jameer and Michaela got put in the same class together. And at this time, I did have a boyfriend, and me and him had got together before my birthday. So yeah. Anywho, I was on the phone with him, and I didn't try, and my phone didn't fully charge. I don't know how, I don't know why, but my phone was fully charged, and my phone was finna die. So I told him I was gonna call him back when I got home, and he was like, okay. And I hung up the phone, and Like my phone was at 2%, so like 2 minutes, like before my phone died, I went up there and sat up there with Michaela, Jameer, and Andrew, and Michaela asked me what the hell my boyfriend looked like, and I showed her. Michaela said the nigga was topped. Andrew said he was ugly, and Jameer said I could do better. So then, so then, um, I was looking around the room because my phone had just died, and I was talking to Michaela, and I was looking around the room, and next thing you know, boom, me and Andrew made eye contact, dead ass eye contact, and I had to turn my damn head because I was in the middle of doing something, but I had to turn my head. And then this nigga got the audacity. He Andrew sitting in the classroom on monkey, y'all. Monkey at that on monkey food. Like what? So then, so all this nigga, him and Jameer trolling on monkey. I got I got Jameer phone in my hand. So I'm watching Jameer phone. Andrew and Jameer trolling on monkey. Michaela talking to me. And my phone sitting in my lap dead as hell. So I end up in like I don't know which period it was, but I end up in my second period, somebody had an Android charger and I charged my phone up. So yeah. And then I end up calling my grandma by the end of school. Yeah, I had my phone charged up to I could call my grandma though. But then what had happened was we was walking and talking. And y'all, the first day, everybody was cool, chilling, cool. Yeah. It was a lot of stuff going on. But then that's when me and Eric got to talking. The second day of school, all the way to the end of the school year. But the second day of school, we was chilling or whatever. And I think about the third week of school, the second week, one day, I just politely, I don't know why, my intrusive thoughts got to me, but I just politely asked him for his hand, and he gave it to me. And Michaela looked under the desk and she was like, "Ooh, I see y'all." And Jameer was like, "Nigga, what the fuck?" So then, so then, by the time that happened, the whole school, like somebody, either Michaela or Jameer told the whole school that we was dating, and everybody thought that we was dating. So we kept on telling them that we wasn't dating, and then we was passing notes in Miss Terry class, y'all, our English teacher, and this nigga decided he can't. I don't know what his handwriting is not to y'all. So instead of the note saying you fucking silly, it said I'm a fucking silly. And Miss Terry picked up the damn note and read it. And she was like, you know what? I'm gonna go report this. I was like, oh my God, why the hell? And then next thing you know, she reported it and he was in trouble. He got suspended for 3 days. And he left his backpack in the classroom, so they gave me a little opportunity to go be nosy. And I was low key mad about that. I was low key hella mad about that. So then he got his class switched. That's what made me even more mad. So I was like, you know what? It's cool. I'm gonna chill. So I was chilling and we was avoiding each other or whatever, or we would talk to each other when we sit in the gym or whatever. And then, yes, y'all, I used to sneak in my friend's exploratory, or we would just talk during field days or whatever. But one day while we was talking, we was cool. I guess we y'all can consider us boy best friend and girl best friend or whatever like that. We was cool like that. Then we had a dance or whatever. I don't know what type of dance it was, but we had a dance because I forgot. But Samaya didn't have no money, and I swear I was gonna call my grandma, but I knew she wasn't gonna give me no money, or it was gonna take her too long to get here. So Jordan was like, "I'll pay for it," and I was like, "All right, cool." So she paid for it, but before she even paid for it, Samaya ended up leaving, so she just paid for me and her. And before we even went there, I had put my phone in late phone because I was lazy. Bro, that one of the teachers, I don't know what teacher it was, put my phone in a purse, and we didn't know that, and left the school with my phone, and we didn't know that. And so we got to pass my phones, and my phone was missing. So me and Jordan walking around the school looking for my phone, can't find it nowhere. She looked at the location, it's out of the school zone. But before she even looked at the location, I started crying. I was bawling. I was crying like hell. I was mad as hell. I was crying. I was mad as hell. Ooh, y'all. It took everything in me not to crash out at Mr. Chapman. So then he was like, and Jordan was like, "You want me to call your grandma?" I was like, "Yeah." So she called my grandma. My grandma was like, "Hello." She was like, Janaya crying. She was like, why she crying? She was like, I don't know, you wanna ask? And she was like, you could just tell yourself. And then my grandma said, what's wrong with you? I said, Grandma, they done lost my phone in here. They don't know where it's at. And then she was like, didn't I watch you put your phone in the lay phone book? I was like, yeah, you did. And then all of a sudden, she was like, if they don't find your phone this week or next week, they owe you a new phone. I was like, okay. So about like by the time I got to crying and half of Jordan other the half part of the Jordan part of the friend group cheered me up and we was dancing or whatever. Y'all, I seen Andrew and Braylon, one of our friends, sitting on top of the bleachers. So and I'm looking y'all and I just see some fine shit sitting on the bleachers. So y'all know me. I'm just standing there. I ain't gonna go do nothing. I was shy as hell. I wouldn't even look at him. I was shy as hell. So Jordan caught me staring at him, and she was like, "When you gonna tell him you like him?" I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "When you gonna tell him you like him?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm scared." And she was like, "You better make up something because it's probably gonna be your last chance before you tell him." I was like, "You know what? You right." So then no, and then after she said that, one of her friends was like, "You only got one life, girl. You better make the best of it." I was like, "You know what? Y'all right." So I had to come up with a stupid ass idea, and I thought, and one popped up in my brain. Like, okay, I'm just go with this. It was two, but the first one didn't look right, so it was two. The first one was Jordan telling him that I liked him, but I knew she was gonna make it overly dramatic. So I was like, you know what, I'm just doing myself. So I had to think of another idea, and I thought of it. So I was like, okay. So I was like, Jordan, you gotta come with me though. She's like, okay. So we standing right in front of the bleachers. I was like, hey, can I get your phone? I gotta call somebody. Of course, I don't know what he was on the phone doing, but he gave it to me, and I took it. So I had another phone then for that. So I put my number in his phone, and then me and Jordan ran off because I ain't had no witness. I don't want to have no trouble. So then he ended up finding my little stupid ass and asked me why I put my number in his phone. And then he said Braylon said something, but I forgot. Yeah, Braylon said, "Oh, you got a female number in your phone." So then he came up to me asking why I put my number in his phone. I was like, I don't know, but yeah, we could just be cool or whatever. And he was like, okay. So then, so then next thing we was talking on Instagram, y'all, but that didn't really care too much about it. But after that, uh, what the hell after that? Um, what the hell? I took his headphones. I did. He gave me his headphones, and he wanted them back, but I ran off with him. And he chased me, y'all. He fucking chased me. I was scared for my damn life. I was screaming like a motherfucker. He chased me. Bro, he took him and he said he was gonna give me some. I was like, okay. So here we go. We leave. Me and him walk in the same direction. He walked that way. We walking. We strictly walking together. So we walking and talking. So Jordan had left because she a bus rider. So we walking and talking. Braylon walking with us. Next thing you know, um, he text me. I text him back. He text me. I text him back. And I kept asking him who the fuck his crush was, and his ass lied and said that Zach's girlfriend was his crush. No damn well you lied. Who? You said Zach's girlfriend was your crush. But the thing about this is that girlfriend, that girl with the red and black braids, the one that who the fuck? The one that was in your class with Asia and them, with that stud girl. No, not the Asian. Yeah, he was a hoe back. Yeah. So back to that. We hit Zach girlfriend that same day. Zach girlfriend just got took by Braylon. And hmm, no, we're not talking about that. But what shut up? Anywho, not actually shut up, but okay. Anywho, we had what the hell happened? After that, I asked him again when we was texting. I asked him again, "Who the fuck is your crush? Cause you be lying." Because everybody told me you was lying. Yeah, Jameer snitched on your ass, and Braylon snitched on your ass.
What the fuck they say?
Bro, I was like, Braylon, when I told Braylon that when you had a crush on his girlfriend, he said he asked you when you was lying. He said you was lying. He said he knew you was lying. And Jameer was like, he knew who your crush was, but he wasn't telling me. I was like, okay. So then I asked him my damn self. And then he texted me my name, but he didn't spell it right. Quincy. So he spelled the other girl in our friend group, Janai, her name, and I was like, and I put her last name because I was confused. I was like, Janai Hayes? He was like, no. I was like, me? He was like, yeah. I was like, you know, you could just ask me to be your girlfriend, right? He was like, I'm scared. Boy, mm. So, so then I was like, boy, oh wow. Okay, wow. I didn't expose all your business. So then,
That's my most deepest shit.
okay, y'all. But anyway, I was scared to tell him too, so it really ain't no matter. But I was like, you could have just asked me to be your girlfriend right now. He did, and I said, yep, and we was talking. And one day, he called me while I was doing laundry, and my grandma seen it. She was like, who is this? I was like, my friend, because I had to play it off. And she answered the phone. Oh my God. Oh Lord Jesus, it was a crisis to tell. So then,
I was turning on the treadmill. With my shirt.
so then, we started that into the New Year's, and then by January, we found out he was cheating. He was cheating, y'all. He was cheating.
Oh, fuck. Business.
But I didn't really care. I'm gonna show y'all the videos about us arguing though. That shit was too funny. But we gonna crop every face out of it. Bro, it was too funny. But yeah, we broke up.
Not worried about my face.
We ain't gonna tell y'all why his smile faded. But yeah, um, hopefully he don't watch the YouTube video after I post it.
I'm gonna watch that video.
Okay, so anyways, we we broke up. Then about 2 days later, he said he was sorry, and I took his ass back. And then, so February came around. He got caught again with the same female. He got whooped in lunch. He got whooped in lunch. Well, another day came around. Somebody texted his phone, and y'all, he got a whole new number. So he texted somebody text his phone. So then Jordan called her. It was a female, y'all. I called her. She was like, they've been dating for 3 fucking years. I was like, how y'all meet on Roblox if you online dating now? So then, after that happened,
Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit.
I was like, I was, so I took him back again, y'all. I cried my little eyes out, but I took him back again. And he ain't cheated since, because he know I don't play that. But he do got a little play sister though. I don't know how he be feeling about her, but he got a play sister. She nice. She very nice.
I don't want my places.
Anywho, yeah, but yeah, that's how we met, and y'all anniversary is coming up. Yeah. So yeah. What? Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, y'all get all fucking game, and then the next story time I'm gonna make is um I don't really know. I'm gonna let Andrew pick the story time, but yeah, yeah, bye.